And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free.
God knows. God knows I want to break free. And, everybody else I can tell. Now, this is, I want to finish this conversation so you understand why we're doing what we're doing. I am of the opinion that the generation next, of which I counted myself, in the late 80s when I first started doing this, I understood I was being lied to. I understood that I was lied to in all my youth indoctrination camp attendance where they were telling me blah, 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 blah. I got to look behind the curtain starting in 88. When I did, went to Washington, met with this, that, I was pulling on a thread. I didn't really have a vest other than my father's kind. I didn't want to work for him, didn't want to have anything to do with it. I should show you that. Sierra, can you find my white memory disc? I think I had it around. I haven't seen it in a couple days. But I have on there a PDF of my father's product. I keep talking about it. I never show you guys. Yeah, did you see it in here? Yeah, I probably got it there. I'll go ahead and bring it out so you guys can see. Because I'm telling you, man, it was, I think I know where it's at. I think I put it online. The reason I want to show you this is because it's what they keep screaming about, that we need to export. We need to be part of this collective. We got to, America, MKer, man. It's easy to be distracted from what the proper role of a government is. To defend an individual's right to be able to labor and toil for their own benefit, not for somebody else's. They have to indoctrinate you into thinking that you need to work for somebody else. This is what Ayn Rand spent a lot of time on trying to convince people of, that, this is a bad way to behave. She went to the universities, and do you think she went to the engineering or she went to literature or this? No. She went to the psychology departments. People are going to be psychologists and psychiatrists and doctors. She went to the people of the mind. She's going, look, altruism, this concept that you labor for somebody else, and that you have to. There's something wrong with you if you don't. And if you don't want to, there's something even bigger wrong with you. And that's where religion would come in a lot too. And that's why the rebel Jesus, saying, no, man, hey, it's all voluntary persuasion, witness, parable, testimony, example. Go to Caesar and say, hey, man, make him be his brother's keeper. This whole concept, man, that went against, they didn't like that none too much at all. So Ayn went to the concept of being able, I think I got it here. Ta-da, heck yeah. All right, I'll show you. Now, what this is for those that are on video, you can see this. I loaded this up on to the website. It was called Alcan Traveler. And it was and you see his logo here, Eski Alcan. It was like an Eskimo that, an investment in enjoyment, and it was a high-quality thing. Now, let's go to page 2. You can see this trailer. It folded out had a kitchen in it, and it folded out into a changing room, and it had a bed, and it was really an amazing piece of equipment. In 1988, it was $3,500 for the camping model, and they had a cargo model and so on too. This was what got me started into this whole thing, trying to find out what it was that the government was really going to fulfill the promise that they've made to me my entire life. Business of America is business. Okay? Is it certain businesses? Is it what it really is? The business of America is allowing you to do your own business, be left alone. So I'm going, okay, I'm starting to see what's going on. It was all controlled. It was all at least I understood fascism. I had it explained to me at some point or read somewhere, whenever you mix business and government to the point you can't tell the difference between the two, that is the definition of fascism. I saw it happen. I saw it happening on the Bus Trade Competitiveness Act of 88. I read it through. I saw it. I get it. You go to the television and you flip the channel, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, whatever, PBS, blah, 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 blah. Same 5 stories, usually in the same order for 250 plus million people at the time. So I'm going, I know programming. Why do you think they call it television programming? It's people programming. Okay, all right, I get it. What's the truth? I just wanted to know the truth. As you would read history and you'd go in certain laws and everything, you would see that throughout human history, throughout time, it was always, now I had the benefit of reading the Bible straight through a couple of times when I was from 19 to 22. I had it there. I just, read, you got Mormon missionaries banging on your door all the time. All right, fine. I'll at least read, this one and we'll see what's up. So I, had a, kind of an awakening from that. But the thing was, I could see it was history. And it was wisdom. They're sending you off to whatever path they want to do. And my friend Charles Goyette put it really good one time. He goes, you know why they did the 10 Commandments? Because people just didn't know any better. They needed 10. They probably could have used a couple more, But, the concept is that, we need to have some kind of a guide, for us, simple things. And it comes to self-ownership. I mean, things like, thou shalt not murder. I mean, that'd be like bad. Thou shalt not, take other people's stuff. Now, think about it. If you're Klingon culture, a lot of the warring cultures back in the day, of course you take other people's stuff. It's other people, other tribes. Now, you wouldn't do it, there's honor among thieves. I mean, we wouldn't do it from our own. But, heck yeah, man, we go and eat them. Get a nice little shrunken head on her belt. I mean, whatever. It's a predator, alien versus predator stuff. I mean, this is their mindset. When you introduce the concept that all human beings, are at least in the same, intelligence level of sentience that you're going, they have a right to at least defend themselves. Well, it's not like I'm going to go, hey, you deliberately ducked as you try and lop their head off. You're not allowed. Oh, of course they are. Of course they own themselves. So once that concept is ingrained, where does it go? Ayn Rand's movie Atlas Shrugged, or her book Atlas Shrugged, is going to be made into a movie. It's released April 15th. I've been waiting for this for over 20 years. I first read it in 94, I'm just, so I guess it's been however long that is, 16, 17 years. And I go, oh, this ever gets made into a movie, man, it's going to be all over. Part 1 comes out. Depending on success, it'll be a 2 and 3. I'm sure it'll get done. Heck, they'll redo it like they did Hulk. They didn't like the first, few times. We'll redo it again, So here comes Atlas Shrugged, and the whole concept. Now, Fountainhead was already done into a movie. You go look for the movie The Fountainhead. Gary Cooper did that one. And he's not a slacker. So this was her mission, was to infect the mind of the American public. That's why she went to Hollywood. That's why she worked with young minds that were studying the mind in universities and so on. That's why she had, the Nathaniel Branden Foundation, one of her proteges, lovers, whatever. Nathaniel has spoken a couple times at her Freedom Summit. We've become friends. He's still around. He still sends emails and so on, just recently, as a matter of fact. Now, the thing that I wanted to make sure that you understood is I am of the mind that the battle is in your mind. It's not out, in the Wisconsin squares. It's not in, Cairo. It's not anywhere else. It's wherever human beings are and have gathered, for whatever reason, in their mind. For the 2012 election cycle, what might Freedom's Phoenix and I and this show do to have the greatest impact on my freedom, my family, my grandkids? I don't care where I am in the world. Don't ever think I'm not, selfish. It's all about me. It's all about me. But the only way I know to be free is to advocate for everybody else to be. That's the way it is.